guys, how you doing? So today a little bit of a different feature for you, where we're going to do a bit of a bike check. And the background to this is that you may have seen on some of our other videos that Jen rides a very nice little canyon Endurace, and it's quite unique actually. So we thought, hey, why not do a bike check on this and give you a bit of an overview of the bike. And it's something that when we were looking, I mean, Jen tried throughout last year, she really got into road cycling. And what we were doing was, well, she's got mountain bikes. It was a case of we were just trying lots of different bikes in terms of size. She's sort of like 5 foot dead, and 5'1". She's pointing at me now with the camera saying 5'1". Okay, so we won't forget the one, it counts. And it all matters. And every time we sort of tried a rental bike, and this was like Trek, Giant, Sonda, various other brands, the problem is that the bikes were okay, and you know, whether it was carbon, aluminium or whatever, generally the problem was that, you know, the bikes were sort of stretched out a little bit, so she always felt maybe a little bit like sore on the wrists. Sometimes she would complain about being sort of uncomfortable and things like that. So we started sort of talking about, at the end of the summer season here, where it's just, you know, pretty hot to ride, for winter starting, we would look around for buying maybe a women's specific, or certainly a more compact type, you know, sort of road bike. And some of the prerequisite was like carbon, you know, pretty lightweight, nice spec, and generally buy the right bike from the beginning, but something that really she was comfortable with. And Jen, I'm going to ask you a few questions, so I'm going to get you on the camera as well.
Yeah.
So let me come round. You can take. So when you were, obviously you tried a number of bikes, right? You were trying, like, you tried a few rental bikes. What was
Trek,
the biggest problem? Yeah, Trek, Giant, a few others. What was the biggest problem that you found?
The biggest problem would be that I never felt comfortable in those bikes. I don't know why, because one time the handle was like too far from me.
Yeah, the reach.
Yeah, the reach is too far, so it was not comfortable. And the others were like, I just don't know. I
not
mean,
confident.
I wasn't happy with it.
Yeah, uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And not confident. And I know we tried, there was one bike we tried, it had a very short stem, because a lot of people will say just change the stem.
It was okay.
Yeah, it was okay, but the steering was very sharp. Yeah, and it was very nervous.
It was there was a lot of movement.
Yeah, and you didn't really feel like confidence coming down a hill, like perhaps the bike was a bit wobbly or something like that. Yeah. Okay, no problem. So what we're going to do, I'm going to talk you through Jen's sort of road bike and explain what it is and some of the things around it. So it is a Canyon Endurace Rapha special edition, called a Rapha 100. So it was a bike that was created to mark the women's Rapha 100 race series, so a special edition. Okay, full carbon as a normal Endurace. Some really nice, it's like a matte blue on the paint, with some special edition decals, and you know, the Rapha decal on there and so on. But really nice condition. We sort of, when we were looking, we didn't intend to buy this bike. It was advertised locally, second hand, and you know, we weren't worried too much if it was second hand and well looked after and serviced and so on. But actually it had only been ridden a couple of times, and it really is like brand new. It's been really well cared for, and there's a few things that have been changed on it. The previous owner sort of changed it for his wife so she could do some races on it and so on. So some of the changes on there are things like it's got elite set of carbon rims on it, which are 50mm deep. It's a full Shimano 105 group set, right the way throughout. So, and and aero bars, usual sort of things on a Canyon, so a lot of it then is quite standard. The cranks are 165, so they're quite short, so you know, I think this makes a big difference as well. 4 disc brakes all the way through. And what have we done to the bike since you got it, Jen? It had the pink bar tape, yeah?
It had a pink bar tape.
Yeah.
So I wanted it to look more professional, more serious type of cycling. So we decided to change it to black.
You mean you want it to look faster?
No, I wanted to look more serious.
So you wanted to go faster, and you thought the bar tape might make you a bit faster, yeah? That's the bottom line, guys. So we bought this Physique bar tape. We put it on. We should have done a video about it, actually, about how to actually do it, and because it's really nice tape so far, comfortable, and it looks good. It does look better without the pink bar tape. I'll try and add a picture of the later in the clip about the pink tape. One thing we are going to do, we're going to change the rear cassette. You might notice there that the rear cassette has got a massive ratio on it. So at the moment, yeah, it's okay, but we are going to change that. So we will be putting a different cassette on it, yeah. But other than that, I mean, it's just a really nice bike. Now, the biggest difference about this bike, and you might not come across on the camera, it might come across now to me now I'm stood over it, but it's got, on this special edition, it's got 650 wheels. So this was standard. These aren't the standard wheels, but they're still 650. Okay, so they are obviously a little smaller. They're a French size, and the reason they did that, interesting, is because when you get like an extra small bike and you've got normal 700c wheels on, this clearance here makes it quite clumsy, really, and constantly hitting your toes. Even if you've got short cranks on, you'll be hitting your toes on the wheels when it turns. Also, it makes the bike look a little bit odd because it doesn't look in proportion to the frame. It looks like the wheels are oversized. So what Canyon did, they did this special edition with 650 rims, and you know, gotta say, it does make a big difference to the way the bike sort of looks in proportion and handles. And you know, it's I haven't ridden it very far. I've only ridden it like around a few car parks and things like this, but gotta say, it feels like very steady, yeah. Jen, how are you finding it?
Well,
I mean, you're riding it.
It is, I know already that it can go very fast, yeah. So I only need to work on myself
But it's the bar tape
about getting fast. And also that the tires are slim. And
yeah, these are only 23.
Yeah,
23. So trend obviously is going a little bit wider, and you know, like on my bike I've got 28, and I don't think, I think it's like the sweet spot for tires. These are only 23s. Gotta say, the tires are quite rare, so 650 you can get them, and you know, we found replacement tubes and things like this quite easily. But you know, people tell me that 650 tires are quite rare, quite difficult to track down. There are